I will take you through like the program, and you can ask questions in between or afterwards, whatever you like. So we start with the table of contents. First introduction, that was this. The overview of MAFAT, Master of Fine Art and Design. And what is visual arts and post-contemporary practice? A team, partners, graduation phase, community, then boss, application process, and how to contact us. So this is the setup of the program. We have now we have 3 research masters: situated design, ecology futures, and visual arts and post-contemporary practice. Next to that, this year there's a new pathway that started. It's called Health by Design. So we have only first year's Health by Design right now, and it's Dutch. But next year, the next first year will start in English as well. Then we have also an animation. It's a 1-year program. It's a professional master, they call it. So it is like a intensive 12-month. But that's quite separate. We work together with Situated Design Ecology Futures. So we share some classes with them, and you can choose classes cross pathway. I will get to that in a bit. First of all, you chose for visual arts and post-contemporary practice. So what is that? Students from a variety of disciplinary backgrounds within the art develop practice-led and process-oriented artistic research that is supported by research-led teaching. We can say that like 50% is theory and 50% is practice overall. Students will have the opportunity to develop self-directed, independent, and collaborative research projects. Through an informed, critical, and reflexive approach, students develop and evaluate their practice in a peer-to-peer learning context, connecting cultural studies, visual and digital cultures. Students focused on generating strategies and praxis which are theoretically informed and in relation to themes of international relevance, with focus on transcultural issues and cross-disciplinary action. So questions of ecology, climate change, migration, coexistence, and inequity as a condition and an existential urgency of our times. We do that through an open-ended, creative, and discursive process. Well, students are challenged to articulate an artistic position. We will send this presentation to you, so you don't have to like write things down. So artistic research or practice-led research. We use creative work to address current issues, emphasis on the process in dialogue with histories and social politics. It involves critical choices on what it means to share work. What we do not offer is skills training in a more traditional method of paintings, analog photographic printing processes, and toxic oil paints, just to name an example. But of course, you can learn skills within the academic environments, but we don't do classes in it. So who is welcome to apply? It's a variety of artists, but also researchers, scientists, filmmakers, storytellers, curators, philosophers, artist collectives, anthropologists, like, yeah, name it. So we have a very diverse cohort, and that makes it also very interesting. The domain we think from is the arts, but you don't necessarily have to have a background in art. So the study units, semester 1 and 2, so that is the first year. Visual cultures research. We have the research seminar, we have the elective modules, and the independent studio practice. I will get into the elective modules in a bit. And the independent studio practice is basically what you do, what kind of work you make. Research seminar is based, it's the theory program, as is the visual cultures research. Semester 3 and 4, that is like year 2. We have rethinking the artist economy, research seminar. We work on the thesis, and of course the independent studio practice. The independent studio practice, as we call it, it is like the core of your studies. That is your own practice. All the other things feed into your independent studio practice. So to have a closer look at year 1, we start with 3 modules. So we call it elective modules, but one of them is pathway specific. It's mandatory. And each year we design one for visual arts. It's a Kickstart. It's an intensive, so it's a week long, and you will dive into a certain topic or a strategy or motive of from the visual arts. This year we went to a lot of exhibitions, and we wrote about it, and but I don't know exactly which one that will be next year. Then next to that, you have to select 2 elective modules, and you can do that cross pathways. So each pathway creates 2 or 3 elective modules, but you can also, like, for example, choose a module, bioart, which is originally from Ecology Futures, or a situated design module. So your first semester starts with the Kickstart pathway specific module, and then you have the rest of the semester to work on 2 modules. Next to that, you have the research seminar, visual cultures research, and the independent studio practice. Semester 2, it's the same. You have different modules. So you kind of organize or design your own path through the masters. Year 2, you have the research seminar. There's a lot of emphasis on the theory, like the thesis, and the independent studio practice, of course. So this is basically, the framework of the teaching and learning environment. We have lectures, project work, professional presentations, self-evaluation, peer evaluation, field trips, excursions, group work, tutorials. So you are able to book your tutorials with tutors from the visual arts or from another pathway. So some examples from the modules. Visual arts module I'm giving most of the time the second semester. It's the disembodied eye, about perception in a media saturated world, and how like media and visual art, visual culture influences the way we look at reality and think about reality. We have Undoing the Museum. It's a collaboration with the Stedelijk Museum Breda and Club Solo. We have the iResearch Lab, which is a collaboration with the iMuseum. It is given by Josephine Arnel, it's guest teacher. Those are like the visual arts ones, like examples for situated design. It's, for example, expanding the screen. It's given by Marnix de Nijs. He's an interactive and visual artist. It's a quite technological, hands-on module. Scripted design by Ollie Palmer. Designing our way out of design, a very critical module by Martin Kabay. Lark, I don't know, it's Ecology Futures, but I don't know anything about the content of this module, but the other ones, it's bioart, growing cultures, and 1 and 2, or bioart and biodesign. So it's given by Adriana Knauf, the pathway leader from Ecology Futures, and Emma van der Leest, she's a tutor with the Ecology Futures. In those 2 modules, you learn how to work in the lab. We have a bio art lab where you can grow your own material. And if you want to work in this lab environment, you need to follow at least one of those classes, because you need to have instructions how to do that. This is the core team from visual arts. So it's Mariska van den Berg, art historian, writer, curator, podcast maker. Erik Hagort, he is a theory tutor and an artist. And it's me, I'm a visual artist and tutor and pathway leader. Rethinking the Artist Economy. This is given by Marga Rotteveel. 2 times in the program, you will go for 4 or 5 days to the Kleine Aarde, which is it's a place outside of the academy. It is an ecological farm where you can stay as well and also learn about nature. But Marga teaches and experiments with like different ways of thinking about the artist economy, how you can work together, how you can collaborate, but also live together, cook together, live and work in tune with nature, and rethink how we can organize ourselves. Well, some partners we work with: Impact, Beeld en Geluid, V2, Rotterdam, Fire Festival, Stedelijk Museum Breda, Club Solo, which is in transition now, that's in Eindhoven. Then the graduation show. This time it was given in the building, and in V2, the graduation research hub, so where the thesis presentation were. But this year we are going to cluster it and have all the events in Club Solo in Breda. It is an alternative art space, but that is in transition at the moment. So it is focusing on collaborative practices, and we partner with them. So those pictures are of a few years ago. It will look differently, but it's more exciting, I think. So here the graduation research hub and graduation project is separated. Now it's going to be one big thing. So what kind of artist will we support you to become? Artists that are responsive, flexible, critical towards technologies, contexts, infrastructures, in dialogue with peers and tutors, developing a network in the professional field. Some nice pictures of the international cohort. Some pictures, graduation show. We have the student program committee. You can read it. So once a month, representatives from all the pathways meet up with some tutors from each pathway. There's a tutor to talk about ideas, complaints, things that can be better or can be organized in a better way. Well, so that it's a structured way of communicating with the tutor team, but also with the management. Some excursions. Den Bosch, Zettergenbos, like beautiful old city. And this is the application process. And Nancy shared a video from Den Bosch. Nancy?
Yeah, I thought that would be nice for people who don't know Den Bosch from outside the Netherlands. To this, unfortunately, this video is in Dutch, but it gives some nice images from Den Bosch. I know that Beatrice also was at the previous webinar that we had before this webinar. And so I already told a little bit about Den Bosch, that it's quite a big city, which has also got a lot of small villages surrounding Den Bosch. So if you're looking for housing, it's also very a good idea to look for housing in one of the near villages, because it can be tempting to find housing in Den Bosch. But if you look in one of the surrounding villages, you may probably find a room, and everything is very close in the Netherlands, because the Netherlands are quite small. From the north to the south, it's approximately 3 hours drive, and there's a lot of trains, buses, and most of our we Dutch people ride a bike, because the distances are this short. So riding a bike from one of the villages to Den Bosch won't take very long. So that's also a good idea. So look at the video, and if you have questions about Den Bosch or the villages surrounding Den Bosch, you can always send me an email. When you are admitted to the program, I will send you a flyer with all information about Den Bosch, about housing, and everything you need to know when you become a student at our masters. So that's about Den Bosch.
Yeah, so the application process, well, it's clear on this slide, I think.
Well, I can tell a little bit more about the application process. I can't see the slides because I still see the table of contents.
But it says like application deadline 10th of February. Is that right?
That's right, but I need to also state that the 10th of February is the date that we need your admission assignments in our system. This means that you will have to apply in StudyLink or enroll in StudyLink before the 10th of February in order to get your documents in our system before the 10th of February. The 10th of February is the first deadline. Then we have a second deadline at the 1st of May, which is also for European and non-European students. And then we have the 1st of June, which is only for European students. And I also have to say that this last deadline, the 1st of June, is only for European applicants because it is very hard to get the visa procedure done in a short period of time. And you will need also make arrangements to come to the Netherlands, get your visa documents ready. So that's why we have the deadline for non-European applicants at the 1st of May. This 1st of May, 1st of June, 10th of February, you will have to have your admission assignments in our system. We are going to judge these documents, and then we'll decide whether we will have an interview with you. So at first you will upload the documents, and our admission committee will look at the documents and decide whether they will have an interview. If they decide not to have an interview with you, we will let you know. You will also get some feedback. And if you are through and they judged your documents positively, then you will get the interview and we'll set a date for the interview. So the most important thing for now is to know that you will have to have your documents ready at these deadlines. They're not the deadlines that you can enroll. Those are the deadlines we need to have your documents in our system. And also, if you have questions about this and about the documents, I will put them in the chat right now. But I can understand that you will still have questions, and please do not hesitate to send me an email. You can ask me anything, and I will try to answer your emails as soon as possible.
So here you have like some links to online information. I think the most relevant to see like kind of the work that has been done here is the current.is. It's an online graduation catalog. Yeah, you can look at Instagram as well. So that's basically all the information, but you might have some questions for me.